When we started all this, we knew that our numbers would not be counted. We knew that the media would not be so interested in us. We know that we had those obstacles to overcome. The one thing we didn't know when all of the volunteers were trying to find someone to display the colors, that everyone we spoke with every branch of our armed services, wonderful people. We spoke to the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts and the Girl Scouts. Almost made it to the Brownies. But the bottom line of it is we found out that it's not politically correct to raise these colors at a freedom-loving event in America. So I invited someone up that would hold the colors for us. And if we'll remove our hats and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance, I want to invite a young lady from Fishers, Mallory, and another United States Navy veteran to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So did Dad drag you down, or are you motivated too?
Me.
You?
Yeah, read his back.
What's the back say? Love it.
Yep. He's motivated.
What's your name, guy?
Johan.
Johan?
Yep.
How old are you?
11.
11?
Yep.
Is this Dad?
Hey, I'm
All
John.
right. John?
Yeah.
What brought you down to the Tea Party?
You know what? We're upset about the lack of responsibility and the corruption in our current government.
What do you think is an easy solution?
An easy solution?
Is there one?
How about personal responsibility?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wriggling, the bombs bursting in air, ding through that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free.
Whenever. You guys never show up for a rally because you're busy working. School is all up. You know.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
I noticed the flag. Have you seen the Missouri report on domestic
Yes,
terrorism?
I am. Very familiar with it.
What's your thoughts about that?
Typical. I believe they're running scared and they put us all in the same pot. I don't think it's a left-right issue. It's a right and wrong issue. We're all being labeled, if we don't go along with the system, as domestic terrorists. We'll see what happens.
Guys speak later.
How old are you?
11.
11? How old are you?
Stimulus is killing us!
So you have grandchildren, I take it?
I have a 7-month-old.
7-month-old?
Yep.
And what's your future thoughts on that?
The way the world is, or the way the U.S. is going is with the taxes and the stimulus bills and the pork and stuff. I won't be here to pay it off, but he'll have to. My daughter and my son-in-law are going to have to pay it. Everybody else's grandchildren are going to have to pay it because it's not. I mean, what it is today, there'll be more. You know, every year there's more. It's not party affiliated. There's just always more bridges, more. You know, shrimp studies, more how does that pig smell, you know, so it's always a lot of pork in there. Anytime there's a defense bill, there's pork in it, you know, so.
What's the quote mean to you?
Basically, it's about paper money having no intrinsic value of its own. It's, you know, back in the time Jefferson was president and such, you know, it had backing. Paper money had backing. It was, it did have some backing. It had, excuse me, you know, gold, silver were the main sources of currency, but paper backed it up. Well, paper wasn't backed up, but he's referring to the ability just to print paper at will and not backing it up with anything, like we're doing now. So it's not really money; it's the ghost of money. You know, it's not. It's a figment.
Oh, great. Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
I noticed the back of your sign.
Which one? This one
I
here?
love that. Yeah.
I'm panhandling. I'm not actually involved in the protest at all.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. How, and this may not apply for you, how has these issues affected you?
Well, it just seems that the government is a lot more reactionary rather than proactive, and they should look stuff over a little closer before they just go ahead and okay it. You know, we're bailing out companies that it's not really going to affect me that much. It doesn't affect my income. It doesn't, but kids, grandkids, they're the ones that are going to get stuck with it. You can't keep borrowing. You can't keep borrowing and giving money. If I went and wanted to bail out, what would they tell me? You know, so. If I open a restaurant and it fails, they're going to tell me to file bankruptcy. Thank you for coming.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
14.
Yes.
What brought you here today?
I think everything's wrong. I mean, I'm 14, can't drive or anything, and I already owe $58,000 in debt.
So a lot of the response is that either you learn from this, you take this effect, you realize what we're saying, or in 2012 we're going to make some changes. If they're listening, what's the solution?
Exactly it. If you're not going to listen to look how many people are out here, you know, and these are just the people that God knows that people that have taken off work, people that have done like what they know is right. Much like this country was founded on people that did what they knew was wrong, committing high treason to do what they thought was right, or we're not committing high treason, but we want our voices to be heard just the same.
Let's say some of them are listening. Let's say there's some politicians out there who are listening today. What would you have to say to them?
Walk the talk. You can make your mouth say anything you want it to say, but if you're going to promise something, make it happen.
I don't know. This is a turn in the right direction. Hopefully, it'll pick up steam. But we've traded education of what we're founded on to current political opinion. I think it's got to change.